it's not so close to score here.
It's in the 6-yard box, and there's Windass and Stojanovic there. Stojanovic goes up for the ball. Windass just pushes him.
Yeah, I've got the Middlesbrough match on right now, as you might be able to hear. We're just going to play a bit of FIFA while that's on, because why not?
Scores elsewhere in the Championship, the games that matter for the Borough. It's
so yeah, we'll do a bit of Ultimate Team, or I might actually just play the match itself.
Blackburn have got one, Luton 3.
Probably not. I'll actually do some Ultimate Team.
One, Fulham 1 is another, and West Brom 2, Queen's Park Rangers 2 in the race for promotion. As we are going to see that substitute now, it's the end of the night for Marcus Tavernier, who's run his socks off in fairness. England under-21 internationals could be replaced by Lewis Wing for the closing 15 minutes or so of this one.
Got a ball.
To be fair, for the start for Southampton, Lewis Wing now has got that job, obviously, to break off Barry Bannon, but when they have that ball, get in and around him.
I think we're going to see the introduction of a former Borough man here for Wednesday shortly as well. Will we take the throw-in first? No, we won't. We will see the change. Adam Reach gets some final instructions from his manager Gary Monk down there in the Wednesday technical area. No, they're not going to make the substitution now. And Iorfa takes it.
Oh, you guys can hear us.
In quickly was Johnson, won the ball, and the referee spotted a foul in that. And it will be the substitution now. At the end of the night for Kieran Lee. He'll be replaced by the Borough Academy graduate who moved here a good few years ago now, Adam Reach. And a knack is scoring against his former club.
Which one's what I'm drinking?
3 and 6 since 2016.
He's got some Tizer. And a bit of Texas.
I can't reach it.
It's a long ball forward from the free kick from Bannons, headed clear by Paddy McNair on the cover. In fact, it's Dale Fry, and it's out for a Wednesday throw. That's 30 yards up this right hand side, and Josh Murphy's going to wind this one up. He sent Dominic Iorfa up from the back, and Tom Lees, and Wednesday are going to launch it long. Bannon offers himself short. Murphy's going to go with a longer option instead, up towards Wickham.
I'm actually
Johnson, but Wickham clear. Can bring some longer, keep this in play, just can't go by halfway. Again. I make it just under 10 minutes left here.
Yeah, I think I'm a bit
It's Sheffield Wednesday 1, Middlesbrough 1 here on BBC Radio T Sport on the final day of the Championship season. Borough look like they're heading for safety at the moment, courtesy of a point here, coupled with results elsewhere.
It's tense, it's scrappy. It's not been a fluid game of football this second half, especially from us. We haven't really got going second half, but sometimes you get games like this and all you ask your players, just dig in, be resolute, be organised, and they've certainly done that so far.
Headed infield by Fry, and Saville challenges there with Luongo. Luongo got there first, and Saville caught the Australian international. It'll be a free kick to Wednesday in a dangerous position. It's just about midway between the edge of the centre circle and the 18-yard box. Barry Bannon's going to stand over it. Plenty of big men up from the backhand.
You've got to be switched on here because Josh Windass just wants one in that little channel there. This is possibly just floated over, flicked over the top of your defence. You're looking at Stojanovic possibly to help out, but it goes in your area. Win your challenge, win the ball.
Barry Bannon stands over it, left footed. He's going to loft it towards the far post. Headed up and away by Anthony Dijksteel, and that'll be a corner to Sheffield Wednesday on the far side.
Good defended by Dijksteel. It comes into his area, so therefore he wins it, and it skips off the top of his head out for a corner ball. And on that left hand side, it looks like, is it Murphy on that ball going to swing it in?
It's going to be on that far side. It is, yeah. Jacob Murphy, the Sheffield Wednesday goal scorer, stands over this one, right-footed in those luminous orange boots, towards the far post. Up goes Iorfa. Down in the box was Wickham. It's cleared away by Borough as far as Bannon on 30 yards. Josh Windass comes across to help him out. Windass has two Borough men in front of him, but finds Adam Reach on 25 yards. He'll go out to the left-hand side, and Jacob Murphy again. Murphy has Fletcher in front of him, back defending. Goes towards the byline, clips it towards the far post. It evades everyone. It's going to be picked up by Iorfa. Iorfa turns away from Johnson. Up by the corner flag on the right. He's turned Johnson completely. He's coming into the box at centre half. Pulls it back to the edge of the area. Right-footed shot by Murphy, and he's dragged it half a yard wide of that left-hand post. That was so close to being a second for Sheffield Wednesday, and Marvin Johnson was done like a kit to nail.
That's poor defending. How can you? I mean, he's on the touchline. he's on the touchline, so therefore you make sure you're on the touchline, and he doesn't get down the side of you. No, he has to come onto the pitch. For him to get down the side and square it is absolutely criminal. You can't to go on the...
And it was a centre half.
Yeah, he showed him to go that way. That is absolutely poor defending. You can't defend like that. You've got to get behind him, touch tight, and make him go backwards. We get away with it because that has just slid past the far post.
Can't be more than half a yard wide of Dejan Stojanovic's post. Jacob Murphy close to his second of the game. His forward come burnout.
Just
poor. Fletcher's ball just couldn't find Paddy McNair.
Real poor defending that. He's literally on the touchline. He's literally there, right on it, and he can't. You mustn't allow him to go down that line. He has to go either way.
Borough have a throw midway inside the Wednesday half, taken by Jed Spence. Out of a Wednesday ahead, and it'll be the same position on that right hand side, but just 10 yards further on.
I think that would have been offside anyway.
Against Hull City.
So that's Hull relegated to League One this evening. Looks like Charlton will be joining them. It's flicked on there by Lewis Wing. That one's going to roll harmlessly out there for a goal kick.
Well, at least we're not going down.
Of course, that 12-point deduction that could still come for Wigan.
Positive.
At the moment, that 12-point deduction would see them drop into the final relegation place, but that at the moment is occupied by Charlton Athletic. Wigan have around about 5 minutes to find a winner at the DW, but forward come Sheffield Wednesday. It's held up by Windass on 25 yards. Out to that left hand side, and Kadeem Harris going to run in the Borough defence. Looks to get it in left footed, blocked at the front post by Jed Spence, and it's out for another Sheffield Wednesday corner. They're starting to pile of pressure on heading into the final 5 minutes now.
We haven't got good second half. We really haven't. First half we played some good stuff, and I thought with a better side, but second half we haven't been. It's been a struggle. You know, they've piled the pressure on, they've got down the channels, and the two wingers in Murphy, they're taking a quick one here. No, it's coming in.
Murphy's going to take it right footed. Plenty of men forward for Wednesday. Towards the far post, up goes Lees, but he heads that straight over the top of the crossbar from about 3 yards out. Referee goes straight over to check the welfare of the players. George Friend is having a bit of a set to with the referee here.
I actually think it's a free kick. I think he's climbing on top. I'm not sure who it is, but for me it's a free kick, and I think George Friend is just demonstrating, listen, you can't, if you're going to win a header, you can't get your hands on top of someone's shoulders, which they just do. But
George Friend's going to have to be careful. He's obviously said something to the referee, because the referee isn't happy.
Listen, George, he's the nicest man he's the nicest man in the world. Off the pitch, on it, I mean, he is just a pure winner. He really is. He wants to win games. Tonight, you know what? I cannot fault him tonight. I think he's been absolutely outstanding. He's your captain. And in
fairness to Jared Gillette there, surely you just tell him to shut up and move on. He's giving him a half-an-hour lecture there, the referee. And George is an experienced pro. As Dejan Stojanovic stands over this goal kick. Going to be left-footed into the Sheffield Wednesday half. Up will go Ashley Fletcher, flicks it on well. Brett Sommerlund will challenge for it, holds it up well. He just seemed to go shoulder to shoulder there with Liam Palmer, and he finishes beautifully after the whistle had gone, in fairness.
To be fair, he uses his body, steps in, uses his body really well, and gets the shield of that ball, and just out-muscles the centre-half, in my opinion. I don't think it's a free kick, and he turns, and to be fair, the goalkeeper, he's the whistle, so he runs out, doesn't he?
Yeah, and Britt lobs him from all of 35 yards. But it is going to be a free kick for Sheffield Wednesday, midway inside their own half. Wildsmith launches it into the Borough area. It's cleared up rather than away by Jed Spence. Headed clear further by Dale Fry. Flicked on by Lewis Wing. Wing gets it back from Fletcher. Can Borough break it? And the ball was just poor at the last moment from the Borough centre midfielder. He's got 7 goals so far this season, Lewis Wing, and Borough could have got a second tonight if he'd have released Johnson there down the left-hand side. Well, he'd have had numbers.
He does right. It's a good block. It's a good interception. Johnson comes on the outside. Great run from him, but unfortunately the block comes in.
Throw-in's taken by Johnson, brought down well by Ashley Fletcher, the Borough top scorer. He tried to go through the legs of Tom Lees, and Sheffield Wednesday win it back and play it long. Friend will go back to Stojanovic. He's put his keeper under a bit of pressure there.
I don't think so. It's on his left foot.
Strong pass, and he miscues his clearance, Stojanovic, and Friend will clear it right-footed straight to Luongo. will win it back for Bury. Won't, because Bannon went to ground. It's held up on the edge of the area by Windass. Out to this right hand side, and Murphy whipped into the area, teasing cross. But it's Dejan Stojanovic who'll get up, he'll claim it, and he'll just lie down on the floor and buy a few more seconds for Middlesbrough, with just under 90 seconds of normal time in the rest of this 2019-20 season left. He knows that point will keep him safe.
You take the pressure out of the game, you sit on it, and that's what it was all about.
He's jumped up.
I don't know what that was.
It's totally innocuous challenge again from the Borough striker. Palmer hits the deck for a second time in as many minutes, and it's a free kick to Sheffield Wednesday. Taken quickly by the skipper Lees to Windass, who's going to run at the Borough defence. Gives it to the feet of Connor Wickham. One back there well by Britta Sombalonga. Forward come Borough. McNair looks for options. Central back a few yards for Saville. Borough just content to play it around and let Sheffield Wednesday retreat. Down the line for wing from Fry. Fry gets it back. You look for the channel where Fletcher's made a run. Iorfa cuts it out. The second ball is won by Johnson. He comes in field, flicks it over the head of Barry Bannon. Does well, the left back. Back a couple of yards for Saville. Saville has Fletcher for company on this left hand side. Finds the Borough top scorer now, then back to him round the corner. In dives Barry Bannon, but Saville could come away with it. He's up by the bar line, skips away from a couple of men, but Iorfa wins it strongly for Wednesday, and then that's a
good foul.
Good foul, taken one for the team. I think it's called from Ashley Fletcher. Free kick to Wednesday, level the edge of the penalty area.
Referee's a booking, but he doesn't do it. The referee
being very, very lenient.
Yeah, he has. It's a good foul from Ashley Fletcher there. Stops him in the tracks, even though they're deep inside their half.
Well, Neil, as we head towards the final couple of seconds of this 2019-20 season, looks like Borough are heading for safety. Barring a minor miracle elsewhere.
4 minutes.
As it's flicked on by Sombalonga. Borough could break here. Wing. He has a Sombalonga up for support. Tries a ball over the top, but it's going to be too close to Wildsmith, who'll play him inside his penalty area.
Yeah, he's unlucky there. I can see what Wing he's trying to do, because Britt's to the side of the centre half, and he tries to feed him in there. The keeper reads it, to be fair, and it's a little bit too in front of Britt, so they get away with it. But they're breaking down that left-hand side now.
As Bannon picks it up 5 yards inside his own half, goes out to the left-hand side in the form of Borough man Adam Reach. Clips it into the channel down the left-hand side, where Windass will pick it up ahead of George Friend. Leaves it there for Kadeem Harris, and it's cleared out by Jed Spence off for Sheffield Wednesday man. And Borough will just take their merry old time with this, Neil.
Yeah, they do right as well. 4 minutes. We've got eaten into that 1 minute now, 3 minutes left, and they work that channel. The different kettle of fish now. Josh Windass has come on, is a little bit tricky, works the channels.
Because why doesn't my keeper fucking come out?
Beforehand, they had Newey and Wickham, just big strong lads, and you had to sort of win your battles. The two centre halves didn't that.
A minute into 4 added on at the end of this game at Hillsborough. It's sold it short there from a Wednesday man, and Borough can break through Johnson. He has a Sombalonga up in support. He's up to the edge of the area now. Looks to shoot from a ridiculous angle. And what on earth is he thinking there? He's got a Sombalonga up in support. Wing coming at the edge of the area as well, and he's gone for glory from an angle he was never going to score from.
I think he works really hard to get there, but then you calm down, you show composure, and he does neither. He just wellies the ball into the stand, and the keeper gets it back quickly, and he tries to take a quick one. Thankfully it's been rolling. The referee sees it and he brings it back, but it's poor play.
As it's been launched long by Wildsmith, Reach will nod it to the feet of Wickham after a couple of headers, and it's with Harris now. Central, halfway inside the Borough half, forced backwards, and it's with Palmer now, who gives it down the line for Wickham. Wickham will look to spread play, but only straight at Marvin Johnson. Johnson has time to pick his pass.
Stick it in the channel.
Stick it in the channel for Fletcher, who's got the wrong side of Iorfa there, who's slipped. He's got Britta Sombalonga free in the middle if he can find him. He's going to head it to Sombalonga now. Sombalonga in the box, right footed shot, grids it by Wildsmith. Put it in! The Borough are safe! Sombalonga's shot! He's parried by Wildsmith. Middlesbrough will be playing Championship football next season, and they've beaten Sheffield Wednesday 2-1 here at Hillsborough.
Wow, I'm just looking at Johnson, and Fletch comes over. I mean, he's... to be fair, the defender is in front, is behind Fletch, but what he does, he just comes and goes in behind, and I'm looking at Johnson, play it in behind. He plays it in behind. There's Britt totally free in the box, but as the ball comes into him from Fletcher, there's a man gets goal side, so Britt takes the touch, turns, gets his shot off from about 10 yards out, the keeper saves it, but it bobbles up in the air and it just takes a little bounce and thank you very much into the back of the net. Wow.
And breathe. Borough will be playing Championship football next season. I make it 1 minute of this one left, and even if Sheffield Wednesday manage to grab an equaliser, that'll be enough for Middlesbrough to remain in the Championship. As forward comes Kadeem Harris, plays it in field, and Josh Windass breaking into the box, and George Friend had to be alert there. The Borough skipper cleans it out for a throw right up by the corner flag on that far side.
You know what, whether it is his last game of the season or whether it's not, he's got man of the match for me tonight, George Friend. Absolutely superb. And Dale Fry, I think, have been brilliant. Tal first half was excellent, but all the way through this game, George Friend, superb.
As it's jinked into the box by Harris, he's gone past about 5 Borough players, and then Dykesdale fantastically throws himself at the ball, and Borough can clear a well.
Really good defender from
Headed forward
Dykesdale
by Lees, and Bannon will just about keep it in play under pressure from wing. Goes past him as if he's not there. Plays it into the channel for Luongo to chase. Luongo back a couple of yards to reach up by the corner flag, whips it in left footed towards the far post where there's men arriving. Wiggum tries to bring it down his chest. It's cleared away by Fry, and British Luongo will try and chase this one for Borough.
That's it.
That is it.
Get in.
Middlesbrough will be playing Championship football next season. They've taken all 3 points here in South Yorkshire. British Luongo in stoppage time. Borough on the break has sealed their fate in the second tier for next season. Who knows if Neil Warnock will be here come September or whenever the season starts, but at least Middlesbrough will be starting in the Championship. It was Wednesday who took the lead on 10 minutes through Jacob Murphy. Paddy McNair levelled on 22, sweetly nestled into the bottom corner from McNair after a lovely pullback from Tavernier. McNair put it in from 10 yards on 22 minutes. Wednesday grew into the game as it went on, were probably the better side in the second half. But that doesn't matter because Borough hit them with a sucker punch on the break in stoppage time at the end there. Ashley Fletcher squared it to Asombalonga on 12 yards, and his shot was parried up into the air and it looped into the back of the net off Joe Wildsmith. And Neil, you'll be going to Championship grounds next season, not League One.
Well done to the boys. I've got to say, you know, since Neil Warnock has come in,
Yeah, they come in.
it's been good game, bad game, good game, bad game. But thankfully, away from home, I mean, that's 4 wins.
Yeah, 4 wins from 5.
4 wins, absolutely superb. And second half, we struggled to get into the game. You said it, Matty, they were the better side. But everything they threw at us, I thought the 2 centre-halves, Dykesdale as well, defended really well. Really well. George Friend for me, I give him a man of the match because he's a captain tonight. I think it was one of them games where it played in George's favour because it was a battle. And even though George is a lovely guy, a nice guy, when he's on that pitch, he's a Tasmanian devil. Honestly, he's an absolute. He just wants to win games. To be fair tonight, it suited him, and well done, George. I thought he was excellent tonight, but overall, just thankful that it's not, it was in our hands, and thankfully we've got the job done. We've got the job done tonight. It wasn't pretty second half, but who cares? You have to get yourself over that line, and you have to work hard to try and get them results, and they've done that. They've certainly done that. Weeks, but it's a quick turnaround, Matty. It's a real quick turnaround because if you think about it, if the season starts in September, you've got a few weeks off, pre-season will start, and then the games will start in August again, and before you know it, September's there, right on your doorstep. Quick change around and we start all over again, but thankfully we're still a Championship side.
Well, there we have it, Paul. Borough safe. There was a text that came in to us on BBC Radio TV Sport before kick-off saying that Prosecco was on ice. Well, you can crack that open now, crack yourself a beer, do whatever you want, and calm down because Middlesbrough will be playing Championship football next season.
I have done. I've cracked the Prosecco in this. I haven't really. We've been
right.
Fantastic. Matty will head off and talk.
I'm happy. We're staying up. Thank God for that. Staying up, which is always good. As you heard, Asombalonga and Fletcher scored the last goal. Obviously not both of them, but helped each other, got that goal in. Yeah, good. Right, obviously it's just like a little stream. I thought, do a little stream, so why not? So yeah, this guy. Now guys, we'll see you in the video and goodbye for next time.